Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all the core gamers out there. CAJman777 here, welcoming you to episode 9 of Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. In the last episode, we ended up actually going through the entirety of the Thorn Jungle air dock, which we currently actually still stand at, and destroyed one of the shield generators powering the Leviathan Seed. This time, we're actually going to destroy the other shield generator on the other side of Brio in the fiery air dock, but we're also going to get a couple item pickups because, as I thought this episode was going to be really short, I just remembered we could go get a couple item pickups somewhere that a lot of you might recognize. Of course, before we get into that, though, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our donators over there on Patreon: Valentine Blaze, MickeyPhorGens, MaddiLeigh, Thomas, Liotos, and Color Craze for their continued support to the channel. So without further ado, we actually have to head into Samus's ship here, but we're actually going to go into an area that, well, we were at the very beginning of the game in episode 2. Episode 2 and episode 3. So that's right, we're actually going to be heading back to Nohrian to get a couple item pickups that are very possible for us to get right now. So if we click the world map and go back to Nohrian here, we can fly right to the docking hub Alpha, which is actually where we need to go. Now, Nohrian is one of those areas in the game that will have a lot of items in it, and we will have to come back to it with a lot of upgrades later in the game to get all the rest of the items. However, we can pick up, I believe, 2 or 3 right now with the current upgrades that we have, whether it's from the Hyperball, the Ice Missile we got from Rundas, or just the Grapple Lasso, which I know there's an item right at Docking Hub Alpha that we will get on our way out toward the fiery air dock of Brio. But without further ado, I can't skip this, as you all know, because it's loading transitions. They're great. Here we are, back on Nohrian, where our adventure really truly started in this game. And I'm going to open up the map. This is the first thing I'm going to do when I come down on the ground here. And you may notice that the Federation is still here. When we do land, there are a couple troops, and they're working on repairs for the area of Brio itself. So if we actually open up our map here, you can see that there's this white door right here that we can't get to. And that white door is one of the main areas. We can't go anywhere here in Generator B. We cannot get the item that's over in the docking hub. I believe it's right here, Cargo Dock A or Cargo Dock C. I think it's Cargo Dock C. But we can get this item here through this Ice Missile door, and we can go get another item, which is on our way back out toward Fiery Brio. So we're actually going to go get that Ice Missile door first, and let's head on in. Of course, you may notice this area is still going to be destroyed, but that is because the Federation, like I said, is still repairing the base that they had on Nohrian as the game went on. Hopefully all these doors load and we don't actually really have to fight any enemies. We actually really shouldn't, because the invasion of Nohrian is over, so we should just be able to walk on through here and get what needs to be done. That is the reason we cannot go to Generator B, and it's this particular thing right here. We need an upgrade for that later. We will be getting that soon, but what we can do is we can go here and use this Ice Missile that we got from Rundas and actually use it. So this opened up into, of course, a missile expansion, seeing that there are, once again, 255 missiles in this game. We're going to need all the missiles we can get. I believe also, I don't think we can get one in the fiery air dock. I think we took care of all of those already. But we should be able to have 70 missiles going into the first Leviathan Seed boss, which we will be taking care of in the next episode and not actually this episode. As I stated in episode 8, this episode might actually be a bit shorter, but it's a bit longer now that I remembered that we can come back to Nohrian and actually do some things. So that's why we're here at Nohrian right now, and we're actually going to come back and do some things. So one more item to get over here in the fiery air, or one more item to get over here in Nohrian, and that is actually all the items we can currently collect in Nohrian. We need Spider Ball for one of them, and then we need a beam upgrade for another to get to the completely side of Generator B. But I usually clear Nohrian last because there's a lot of item pickups, and you'll see why I cleared Nohrian last. There's a good physical reason behind that. It's because when we have certain upgrades, there's a boss that I won't mention that we can one-shot much later. I won't mention the name of the boss, but we have to fight one of them the long way. So this item, for the longest time, eluded me when I initially played the 100% run. But if you need the grapple lasso actually to get it, or not grapple lasso, you need grapple swing to actually get it. And there's actually a missile tank right behind the docking hub Alpha, literally right behind your ship. So with those two missiles out of the way, we can now head into the fiery air dock of Brio. And now, unfortunately, we need to go through the air dock the long way again. We don't really have any shortcuts to really get to the air dock, but we're going to try our best to go through it. We have all the energy tanks we can currently afford as well. So we're going to go back to the world map. We're going to click Brio once again. And we're going to click to the Thorn Jungle fiery air dock. Here we go. Once again, more loading screens that I can't skip because skip. Like, if you guys don't want to see this, skip to, you know, whatever timestamp, because I can't skip this. I have to sit here for like an extra minute and like watch all these cutscenes. So it's not my fault. Blame the game. Blame the game for having multiple planets. It's not my fault. I swear. Alright, here we go. Back to the fiery air dock. Where we belong. I can't skip this either. I can't skip this either. And keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, do bear in mind that I haven't said it yet, but we are still on a hyper mode. We are still 100%ing this game. So the first boss is actually going to be a big problem that we're going to have to deal with very, very quickly. You can see there's a missile tank up there. I cannot get that missile tank yet, but you can also see there are space pirate drones. Now, there's a missile tank up there. I can't get it till later. You'll see why. We actually have to come back to the fiery air dock again later in the game once we get a certain upgrade that involves this door right here and that door. And you'll understand when we get to that. I'm actually gonna try to ignore the these are not Reptilicus. These are actually space pirates. I want their shield and I want it dead. And I want you frozen and I want you dead. You know what's funny? They just killed themselves. Except that guy. That guy knew standing in the fuel gel was a bad idea. Except he stood in it too long, so one charge beam took him out. Those poor space pirates. Why did their AI force them to land into the lava of doom? Alright, so we are actually going to have to do these grapple swing. This is our fastest way across the air dock, across Fiery Brio, by the way. Besides using the beam door that we can't currently access. So we actually do need to go across here. And we can get here as fast as we can, of course. We need to, once again, freeze platforms and deal with Jolly Roger drones. Luckily, they take one charge shot and they still die even on hyper mode. Still do a lot of damage, though, which that's unfortunate. Now, I do want to check how many ship missiles I have here. I have 3 of 4. That should be plenty for what we're about to do here in the fiery air dock. Now, the reason I say why these ship missiles are important, I'm going to freeze you, and you're going to die. One more missile, and you're dead. Ice beam, ice missile, ladies and gentlemen. Not OP. Not OP, I swear. Oh, there's a crawl tank. Hello. Goodbye. Hello, crawl tank. Goodbye, crawl tank. No one likes you. Another one drops from the ceiling here, I'm pretty sure. Which is fine. Ow! No! Mean! I missed it. This is fine. I should be able to get across now this time, though. Another space pirate in the hallway. I'm just gonna ice missile him up. And he's dead. There we go. Alright, so, going back to the room we actually ended up fighting Rundas, you'll notice that there's a signal jammer and they're building an anti-aircraft cannon, and there's a lot of stuff that they really shouldn't be doing, and that's an arrow trooper. Of course it is. I'm not actually going to enter the room yet because I actually want to deal with this arrow trooper immediately. If I don't deal with this arrow trooper immediately, there's going to be some issues and a cutscene is going to start, and I don't want that cutscene to start, so I need to deal with this arrow trooper first. Which is why if I go through this tunnel, bad things will happen. There he goes. Okay, we're good. So I need to enter here. And the reason I entered here is because, well, there are two signal jammers in this room, once again. The Space Pirates wanted to do a little old trick and signal jam a lot of our stuff. And, of course, our friends, the Flying Pirates, are here. So what you got to do, disable the signal jammers. You can activate your ship missiles here, activate the bombing run, and that should clear out the rest of the room. That's why I wanted to check how many ship missiles we had, because that will clear out everything in the room. Now, this debris here, all this debris that you see, this debris will permanently stay for the rest of the game. It will not clear itself out. It will just be here for the rest of the game. But that's fine, because we won't have any enemies to deal with over here ever again, which is fine by me. But yeah, essentially, they wanted to make it a little bit of a challenge when you came back and put into perspective, excuse me, what you've actually learned. But with that, of course, we need to actually do what I really hate. Now, if we scan these things, these are little scorch bugs. They explode one shot. They're like the health and ammo pickups of this game. In this area, you can kind of destroy their nest and stuff. They don't do a lot of damage, but they don't drop much stuff either. They have the higher chance of dropping 10 energy and ship missiles, unfortunately. Now, I'm going to shoot a couple of these just because I want some health. Because in a prior run of this game, on stream, I ended up getting stuck against these things right here. You may notice that there are a bunch of these little drones, as you guys remember. Now, I killed them. Now, I killed them, but I ended up trying to rush it, and they pinned me against the wall right here, and I died. So it's in the live stream, and I was embarrassed that I even died to those things. I was a little upset on stream. I'm just like, oh, that happened. The stream is back from July of last year, but now that we're actually getting a chance to Let's Play it, I can actually talk about it a bit more than I initially could. Because obviously getting more into a Let's Play of a kind of game like this, and you get the opportunity to kill another space pirate, because reasons, and he activated Hypermode, and I'm not having none of that. Same with you. I'm not having none of it. You can go away. Thank you. Right. So with that, as I was saying, as you get into the Let's Play, you can kind of talk about more story aspects a bit easier, rather than on a stream where it's just like get through it as fast as possible. Or if it was a speed run, of course, but I'm not a very good speed runner of this game yet, so there's a lot of really difficult tricks in this game for speed running purposes. But that is actually going to be the last shield for the Leviathan Seed. Now, we should get a message coming up here in a second that's going to say, oh, the shield's destroyed. You can now access the Leviathan Seed from the Aurora Unit 242. And she's going to be like, okay, you did the thing. Now go do the other thing. Go stop the Leviathan Seed because it's your destiny or something like that. I don't know. Story lore. Press 1 to go to the map screen. And of course, because we destroyed the shield, we now have access to here, the Brio Seed, which we will be going to in the next episode, of course. We do need to get back through here as well, and very quickly, if I can't get around this corner perfectly. Nice. Good news is we have all the energy tanks and all the possible missiles we are going to actually have for this fight. You cannot have any more than I already do. There might actually be some space pirates or crawl tanks that spawn again. So I'm just prepared for that. Yep. Hello, boys. Hello, boys! Oh, there's an armored one. Alright, we gotta deal with these armored shield pirates. These guys have a bunch of armor on them. My aim is horrible. That is great. I'm actually gonna charge up. Shoot me. Please, shoot me a little bit. Thank you. Not prepared to die. So, I'm actually staying corrupted here, just to end this fight really quick. Alright, we're good. So yeah, I knew some space pirates was going to spawn there. Those are armored shield pirates. They have armor on them. It's another space pirate class I didn't really talk about, but yeah, they're them. Now, I'm worried about one of these activating hyper mode, so I'm going to try and kill them as fast as possible. Alright, we're good. Just because there still is a very minor chance that I might die on my way back, and by minor, I mean negligible, because I won't. Of course, more crawl tanks are going to spawn, which, you know, that's always fun. Got him. Alright, let's get these frozen, and let's just go through the secret passageway that we actually didn't go through the first time, because I usually do it on the second run just to, you know, it's easier this way. So we'll hop on in. And of course, this is going to teleport us back to the other statue that I talked about in that episode, that we could have taken that path. And here we are back right at the beginning of the jungle air dock. This drone needs to be gone out of my sight. I am missing horribly. There we go. He's dead. There we go. He is dead. He is very dead. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is actually going to be it for episode 9. I know it wasn't much that we did in this episode. We kind of just progressed the story a little bit and picked up 2 missiles. But in the next episode, we're going to have our first major Leviathan Seed boss of the run, or of this Let's Play, not even of the run. I don't know why my Wii Remote decided to stop this. Stop your nonsense. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? It's never done that to me before. But yeah, we're gonna be fighting a boss, and it is, for such an early game boss, it is probably a very tricky boss, especially with only 5 energy tanks, how much health this boss has, and the method you actually have to fight the boss. But of course, I hope you guys all enjoyed episode 9 as is right now. And in the next episode, as I said, it's going to be boss time. So, until then, this is CAJ Man 777 signing off. Stay safe, everybody.